I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on now to page 45 of the Grade 2 Discovering Music Theory. We're looking at exercise 2 of chapter 10, looking at music in context. And this is a good opportunity to revise little bits of everything that we've learned so far. And I do recommend that you just try and answer these as a little test. Don't look up the answers to begin with, but see what you can manage without looking up at all. And then if you need to do a little bit of checking up, then before you look up, just mark with a little star, little scribble, and think, oh, I'm not sure of this, I've had to look this up, and then that will tell you what you've needed to revise. So do please try exercise 2 on your own, and now we're going to work through it together to check these answers and explain how to find the correct answers. So in exercise 2 we have a little extract of a melody by Debussy. And so we've got to answer these questions. So first question is to tick the correct key. And so we need to be aware of how to answer this question. So we have the key signature, which is the first of the clues. But then we do need to be careful and make sure that there are no accidentals, because that could also change matters. There are no accidentals though, so we just have the key signature of a major key. And if we remember that 1 sharp, F sharps, is G major. F sharps and C sharps is D major. And then F, C, G sharps is A major. And so that will then tell us the answer is A major. So do work it out first of all, and then go and tick the answer that you know is correct. Don't be looking at all the options and getting yourself confused. Don't even look at the multiple choice options until you've found the answer for yourself. Now then, exercise 2B, we're asked to tick the bar number that contains a triplet. And so let's look where we can find a triplet. So we have a triplet sign here. This is this little number here, which means 3 beats in the time of 2. So we have 3 quaver beats squished into the time that it would take to play 2 quaver beats. So we've got 1 there. And then, is there anything? And then there's 1 here as well. So it's either bar 1 or bar 5. So what are our options? Well, there is no option to tick bar 1. But there is for bar 5, and so that will be our answer. Now then, we have a few sentences to complete. So in the melody above, which is the longest note? So before we answer, let's see what is the longest note. So we've got a 2-beat note. A 2-beat note, but here remember a dot after a note makes it twice as long again. So if a minim is 2 beats, the dot is half as much again. So the dot is 1. So altogether a dotted minim is 3 crotchet beats. And so we can see that the dotted minim is our longest note. There is no semibreve. Which is the lowest note in the melody? So let's see. So that's the lowest on this line. So just visually find the lowest. So here, that's the ledger line that's below the ledger line. So that's the lowest note. So this ledger line would be middle C. Of course, it would be C sharp, but we've gone 1 lower than that. And so the lowest note, the note below C is B. And so we can answer B. So don't get put off by looking at all these, just find the answer first and then just select the correct one. Now then, we're asked to find the interval between the last note in bar 1 and the first note in bar 2. So we're counting the distance between these two notes. So the last note in bar 1 and the first note in bar 2. And so although the highest note is here, first we always count from the lowest note up. And don't forget, we always count the lowest note as 1. So we've got to count this as 1. And then we count in space, line, space. So 1, 2, 3. So that there is an interval of a third. And so we can just quickly see that's our correct answer. Now, how should the last 3 notes of bar 4 be played? So let's see what happens in bar 4. So the last 3 notes are here. And so we've got louder, we've had a sudden loud, then quiet, but then here we've got these particular articulation marks, and these are what are referred to sometimes as tenuto marks, which means that they are given a slight pressure, full value, and it's not as harsh as an accent, but a kind of a push, a slight pressure. They are our tenuto marks. So what have we got here? They're not loudly, they're not accented, they're certainly not staccato. That would be little dots, wouldn't it? They are slight pressure. And then nearly there, we're getting there. Okay, how should bar 7 be played? What happens in bar 7? So we have this here, and we can see it's a diminuendo mark. It's to do with volume. It's a dynamic marking, and you can see that visually it's closing down, it's diminishing. It's a diminuendo, which means it's getting quieter, gradually getting quieter. So that's that one. Getting louder would be the opposite way, and faster and slower are to do with tempo. They will be shown with different words. Getting faster, of course, is accelerando, and getting slower could be ritardando or rallentando. And then now, last one, finally. What's the number of the bar that contains the only rest in the melody? Let's have a look. And surprisingly, the only rest in the entire melody is on the last beat of the last bar, and that's a crotchet beat rest. There should be 4 crotchet beats in a bar. We have 3 beats in this dotted minim. The final beat is silence, and so the only time we see any silence is bar 8, the last bar. And that's that page completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.